So check this out. This could be if you're experiencing some walking issues, like your machine is driving too far or not far enough. Look at that. A little bit of slop on these wheels can throw your sensor adjustment off. Crazy, huh? The other side is just about the same. But what we can do to fix that, loosen these two bolts. Should be able to slide. Can you see that bracket wiggle? We want that bracket all the way as far as we can get over there. And that should limit your lateral play. Now I can't wiggle it side to side. So now that we've got a teeny tiny bit, an acceptable amount of wiggle room, what we can do is we can do like 2 business cards thick or 1 not so super thick plastic card, like a game card, maybe your state ID, something like that. So what we want to do, we're going to loosen that screw and that screw, and then we're going to insert our card in between these 2 components, and then then tighten everything back down, and we should achieve a perfect gap there. So something like this, if I can get it in frame, just like that. Now check it again. A little bit of side to side, some lateral movement, but our sensor isn't ticking on and off again. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. This one is doing it too. It's not quite as bad, but I did watch it go on and off a couple of times, wiggling it side to side. So again, we're just loosening these up. Oh my goodness. Might need 2 hands to do this. These are very tight bolts. Yeah, those were very, very tight. A little more. Give it a little tappy tap on over, and then tighten her up. This side should be good now as well. Just barely fit a card in there. One of the reasons that preventive maintenance is so important is that you're going to find little things before they become big things. In this case, this sensor or this sprocket wheel or flag or whatever you want to call it had come loose on the shaft. The set screw in here had backed out and it was kind of flippy flopping around. So in this case, this is our speed sensor. With this being loose, you know, you could really have some issues with motor speeds, you know, when you're trying to calibrate. Like we had experienced recently within the last couple of days. This might be a good time to go over some of these sensors, I guess, while we're here, right? So this sensor is distance down the lane. There's another sensor back here. This wheel pivots. This is your on-lane switch. This is the off-lane signal, on-lane signal. This is your board counting switch, or sensor, pardon me, I keep saying switch. Brain fog. Hold on, let's flip this thing around. Kind of dark in here. As your oil head travels back and forth, this is calculating what board your oil dispensing tip is on. There's an end of travel proximity sensor here on the right, and there's one on the left also. So when it gets to that, it says boop, stop, reverse, and it goes the other side, boop, stop, reverse, and it just goes back and forth. This machine is equipped with a variable speed buffer. So this is our buffer speed proximity sensor and our buffer cam. Pretty cool. This machine's equipped with an optical sensor for the end of the lane. So as it's cleaning, these go over the end of the lane and it stops and reverses. Some of the older models have an extra set of switches mounted on the cushion roller. This is a 2018 model. I believe it was 2017 and earlier still used the cushion roller down switch. And this was a 2018 and later edition. It's pretty nice, I gotta be honest. So we've got everything wiped down. We've lubed all of our bushing pivot points. Up here, up here, up here. Down here, our brush lift and lower linkage, our belt idlers. Everything is good to go. Now we got to get the covers back on. But this should be once a quarter. Take this stuff apart and have a really close look at it. You'll be surprised at how much you find when you go looking. Our water tank filter screen was getting kind of gummed up and gross, so we pulled the water tank out, flushed it, cleaned it, new filter, new screen. This felt pad for the cleaner concentrate reservoir had started to come loose, so we cleaned it really good and we re-secured it with some bowling ball epoxy. These are important to keep clean. You should be wiping them down theoretically every day. I know that that doesn't happen, but I mean at a minimum like once a week, because these will get saturated with oil and then you'll start dripping oil all over the place, and that's not good either. I think that the bottom line is pretty simple. If you take care of your equipment, it's gonna take care of you. Kind of lost track of how many times that I've been called for somebody close by with a lane machine that they're having trouble with, and you know, you ask, when was the last time you cleaned it? When was the last time you checked your adjustments? When was the last time? And they go, what do you mean? You mean I gotta clean this thing? We got our lid latches all adjusted, nice and tight. Little bit of wiggle room there. Little bit of wiggle room there. She is good to go. Do you have a maintenance chart like this? Do you follow it? So we've put in a couple hours of sweat equity today. And it's gonna pay off, right? I don't worry about this machine breaking down on us. I don't worry about it going out of service. I don't feel like I need a backup lane machine. How many other people can say that?